Hello, everyone, and welcome again to the Husky Bamboo podcast. You know the guilty parties associated by now, so we don't need to be introduced to you once again because.
If you don't know us by now, go back
Yeah.
a few podcasts.
Yeah, go listen to the
You'll find out
other
our names.
93 other podcasts and then come back to us.
Well, when I started around like
Homework.
85-ish.
Homework.
Maybe like 80.
No, listen to all of them. Homework.
You can listen to all of them, but I don't start until later on doing
That's the reason why you got the website, huskybamboopod.com. You can just go listen to all of them over there if you want to. If you're that type of masochist, God bless. And you go in.
Yeah. Ariel did his thing back in DR, yeah?
Yeah. So those were the DR days.
Yeah,
most of them.
In Geeksville, New York, and
/ New Jersey.
/ New Jersey.
Confuse the enemy.
Somewhere.
Confuse the enemy.
You're just in one big circle. I don't even know where you're at.
Yeah. I'm in the Tesseract.
Right.
Let's keep it geeky.
I'm blindfolded.
Yeah.
Put down in a tunnel.
Yeah.
Like one of those Marvel secret hiding places.
Yeah. So this is such a weird dimension where I'm at. Is that technically and legally I'm in the United States, but you might as well say I'm in Santiago.
Oh, you are.
Might as well.
After last weekend and the weekend when I went there the first and second time. Yeah, you are.
You might as well say I'm in Santiago because
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Anyway.
With a little spice of pizza here and Chinese food here, but pretty much,
When the Chinese place makes fried wings with tostones, which is the most Dominican shit ever.
Oh yeah.
Which is so Dominican. Like you just mentioned the word totone, everybody like, where there?
I mean, I had the chicken wings and the tones that time you ordered it from me. That shit was banging.
Yeah. It does its job. Fills the stomach.
Oh yes.
And
it definitely does its job.
And hits the right taste buds.
Yes, that's for sure.
So yesterday, as of recording time, the bastards that eliminated us from the playoffs won.
Yes.
Won the World Series, so congratulations. I mean, no hate because there's a lot of Dominicans in that team. So as a Dominican, proud of you guys. After that, like team-wise.
In the word
add
Mac himself.
There you go.
Fuck him.
There you go. I didn't say it. He did. But
I'll say it again. Fuck him. Fuck them all.
My sentiments, exactly.
You try to stay clean, I ain't staying clean. Fuck them.
Well, the reason I'm trying to stay clean is because language. I just keep moving back and forth here.
It's okay.
Anyway, so we're off all over the place at this time. So, because apparently we didn't come with a plan. We just come here, shoot the breeze, and talk shit for I don't know how many minutes. We might have a surprise guest. Wink, wink. You know.
Fuck him too.
Hey.
Probably over there.
He was working.
Fighting, you know what I mean?
He was working. He was earning a living for his family. Calm the hell down.
What happened the last 5 different weeks that he was supposed to be here?
Dude, when you have kids and you got a family to feed, you got to do what you got to do.
I'm just busting his balls. I got to bust his balls because shit that man posts scares me. Just a little. Just a little.
Hey.
It scares me just a little.
Hey, look, Angelo is an acquired taste.
Acquired taste, my head. I mean, you. If I wasn't raised by Rita,
I'm telling you,
it would have. You know what I mean?
Getting inside this head. When I'm talking about this head, I'm talking about my head. Getting inside this head, you need a conductor, a guiding light in the midst of that fucking darkness. So because shit not right all up there. And Angelo speaks my language. So
like, I mean, listen, you guys are cool dudes. I ain't got nothing wrong with you. I just bust you guys' balls because I have to.
No, and also what he posts is that fucked up.
I mean,
it is fucked up.
Anyway.
No, look, he posted something like yesterday. He said, "You guys see me very serious and all that, but one time I had I fought a night guard that had a gun, and I fought him without a gun." Referencing the story he told you.
That man got some issues.
And then I just posted on it when he posted it. I just put it on the true story. And everybody, hey, some people be repeating the shit I put. There was another one put true story, and I'm like, hey, I posted it first. Okay, so don't be copying what I posted. Just post your own original thought. Don't be copying mine. Just because I was first. But hey, it's true. True story. I remember when that thing was found out on the company we worked on. Everybody was so worried, like, oh my God, Angelo, poor Angelo. Came by the next day in crutches. Was like, what's up, everybody? We're like, Angelo. We're like, Angelo, it's okay. Yeah, I just got shot.
Family fee.
I'm like, I got shot. No, he didn't have a family fee back then. Back then he didn't have a family fee. So he was like, it was like he always treats it like, oh yeah, that time.
You remember that time?
Yeah. Like I always equate it to that line from Bison in the Street Fighter movie. I know it's a dog shit movie, but that line is my favorite line. One of my favorite lines of all time. When Chun-Li was telling Bison how he murdered her father, and Bison was like, "I'm sorry, I don't remember that." She was like,
God.
And she was like, "What?" You're like, "The day Bison entered your village must have been the greatest day of your life. To me, it was Tuesday." I fucking died.
That movie.
I fucking died. I died when I heard that line. I was like, that's the best line ever. It was like, to me, it was Tuesday. And I just love that Raul Julia, God rest his soul, Raul Julia, who is a Shakespearean actor, an actor that role was beneath him in levels and ways that it cannot be described. And he still turned that dog shit of a movie to something watchable and memeable. Because he was just like, and you know why he took the movie? Because his kids was like, I like Street Fighter. I was like, okay, so I'll do it. How much you pay me? And he's dying of food poisoning. He was thin as fuck. They had to pat his body up the yin yang to make him look bison-like.
He was dying of food poisoning?
Yeah, I saw. It wasn't cancer because he was very thin. If you see his face, you can practically see the skull lines drawn in his face because he was that fucking thin.
Wow.
And he was dying filming that movie. That was his last role before he died. That was his last role. And he did it with so much gusto and so much fucking, like, that was the best thing of the whole movie. I'm sorry. That movie is funny as fuck. I like that movie because it's funny. Not because it's supposed to be serious, because it's not. I mean, how the fuck I'm going to take serious a movie that cast Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guile? Dude that Guile is supposed to be gringo, as more gringo than Captain America. Like Captain America will kiss his behind, will bend over, pull Guile's pants down and kiss his behind right in front of everybody. He's like, this is really America's ass. And he played that part. I'm like, yeah. And then they cast two nobodies to play the actual leads of the video game, Ken and Ryu.
Yeah.
They cast a couple of nobodies. Like, tell me who played Ken. Tell me who played Ryu. I'll wait.
Mm-hmm.
I'll wait. You can Google it.
Mm-hmm. Reading about that guy, was it Julia?
Raul Julia.
So Raul Julia. He had suffered from stomach cancer
for
so 3 years cancer. Prior to his death.
So it was cancer, okay.
And had undergone surgery for it. In early 1994, during the filming of The Burning Season in Mexico, he contracted food poisoning after consuming sushi.
So
he was airlifted to a hospital in Los Angeles to receive medical attention. After recovering, he He returned to Mexico to finish the film. Although he had lost some weight, he was physically weakened by his condition. On October 16th, 1994, Julia and Holloway attended the opera in New York. After that, Julia began feeling intense abdominal pain and was taken to an ambulance to North Shore Hospital in Manhasset, Long Island. At first, he did not appear worried about his condition, and he was seen in the hospital bed reviewing the script of upcoming another movie. So yeah, he died at the age of 4 from complication of a stroke, never having regained consciousness.
Yeah, so yeah, that fucked up. He fucked up. But again, that role, he plays it with so much enthusiasm, way more than it needed to. And
yeah, that was.
Here we are talking about one of the shittiest movies done in the 90s. And we're talking about it like it was fucking Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
The funny thing is that when you look on Google, the main, like, you would think, well, you know, Ryu and Ken, the first guys on the cast would be reviewing on Google right away. But it's Van Damme, and then it's Julia, and then
Kylie Minogue,
Nan Wen that played Chun Li. And then they put Ken like in Ryu at the end.
And remember, Cammy, or I don't remember the character.
Cammy was Kylie
Minogue. Kylie Minogue.
Yeah.
Which Van Damme stooped her during filming, while he was married with a chick. They had an affair.
What's wrong with these guys? Talking about cheating,
dude. Van Damme couldn't keep it in his pants. Back in those days, he couldn't keep it in his pants. He just
even the woman that he was married to back in the day, she looked better than Kylie.
The dick wants what it
10 times
wants.
Better.
The dick wants what it wants. I'm not justifying anything. I'm not saying that was right. I'm just saying in his case, his dick wanted what it wanted.
But in her case, she was married like 40 times already.
Who, Kylie Minogue?
she was.
Kylie Minogue is the Madonna of Australia.
Who?
Kylie Minogue is the Madonna of Australia.
Yeah, no, I get that, but I'm talking about Van Damme's wife at the time.
Oh.
She was an American former actress, Darcy LaPierre. And she was married a few times too.
Well, she should have known what
she was married 5 times, and she's not married. And her last marriage was in 2022, and it lasted 8 years, and then she got divorced.
She should have known what she got into. Because Van Damme back in the day was not a nice boy. He was not a good boy. He was not a good Christian boy.
Well, whatever he did was clean up his act, because he's been married since 1999, and she stayed with him.
Yeah, because he has cleaned up his act. You know, I hope that with old age you find a way to mature. He's in his 60s now.
Yeah, she was a former professional female bodybuilder and an actress. He's married to now.
I think his son has the spitting image of him. I think his son is the spitting image of him.
You know his name?
I don't forgot. I kind of remember seeing his face on the internet and whatnot.
Surprisingly, he only has 3 kids.
Yeah, you would think
because
you would think he was spreading that. You would thinking he was spreading that minkia juice all over the place.
Joey D always comes out somewhere in this podcast.
Dude, you would think that he was just like,
It's over. Yeah, here, you want some?
Spraying all over the place. I like, everybody wants it.
And that fucking text message you sent me this morning. Really? Really, dude?
My finger still works.
Oh my god.
Inside joke. Inside joke. And you know what the most fucked up about that meme is? Not that far from the truth.
You put more than my fingers still work.
More than my fingers still work. Do your job, woman. Go to town.
Oh my god.
The Stephen Hawking.
No. We're not gonna tell them what's
The
going
Stephen
on.
Hawking Institute must be like, what are these people talking about? Like, oh, it's not a lost knowledge on the world. That dude was into kinky. I don't know what it is with super uber intelligent people are the most kinky motherfuckers on the planet Earth.
Because the basic shit doesn't get them off.
Like Einstein was also another guy that couldn't keep it in his pants. Sigmund Freud, another dude that couldn't keep it in his pants. It's like, no, this was made to spread. This was made to share. You know, that Vinnie Mac community property thing, which we can get into right now.
Oh, we're gonna get into it.
Which we can see. It all makes sense. It all
created his brain all over the place.
It's all connected. You know, it's all connected. So
talking about cheating.
Yeah. Oh,
spilling the Minka juice all over everybody.
Woo, Jesus. Ask Billy
WWE.
Clinton. Monica Lewinsky would know. She had part of the.
I have any sexual relationships with that woman.
She had part of his Minka juice spread all over her dress.
Oh yeah, all over.
Anyway. Right in the mark. Money shot.
Spent $19.4 million investigating
if he nutted or not. If he nutted on women or not.
The investigation has finally come to a close.
Oh, Vinny. Oh, Vinny.
The investigation finally came to a close.
Yeah, and it turns out that he, in total, was like almost $20 million that he paid.
Yes.
For Minkia, for spreading his Minkia on women, and for paying hush money for them to not say anything. Like a dude even made a meme. It's like, Vince McMahon for real paid more for pussy than he did for WCW. Dude spent more money on pussy than he did for WCW. That's fucked up.
Yes, it is.
It is so fucked up in so many levels. He bought a fucking company on the cheap, on the fucking dollar store compared to what he spread on fucking pussy. Oh God.
Vinnie Mac going down in history books.
Hey, shrewd businessman, all I can say. Shrewd businessman.
I ain't paying for that much. I pay for that much for pussy. I ain't paying for WCW that much.
Like you want to talk about you want to talk about a man that has his priorities straight. He like pussy, wrestling. What costs more?
Which one am I gonna take?
Which one costs more?
Yeah, which one am I gonna take?
So, I don't know.
What am I gonna do here?
That pretty much explains the booking in the past 20 years. That pretty much explains the booking for the past 20 years.
Who was doing the bookings? That's what I want to know.
No, he was booking the
He's the only one that touched the books.
Yes, he was the boss. Everything. Look, he hired a bunch of writers. He hired people to tell him what, give him ideas and whatnot. But at the end of the day, look at what was happening as of recently as until he was still in power. The writers wrote the script. Like, it was ready. You have to understand, all these things are pre-written because they're in a major network television show. So, you can't be saying fuck, shit, and pussy and all that stuff. So you have to have some sort of, you got to control where this train is going. You have to have some rails on this shit. So the writers came up with the stories, and Vince McMahon would read it, and like 3 hours before going on the air, Vince McMahon would go like, shh, shh, This is all shit. We're going to write the show now. 3 hours before the show started. And then you ask, oh, why is this dog shit? Well, they just wrote it right before they're going on the air. You know what it's like to write a 3-hour show, a live 3-hour show like Raw?
No, thank you.
So everybody was walking on eggshells in WWE because the dude was just like, he did not have a clear vision. What he just thought that all his ideas were like, well, this is it. That's it. You all got to do, and you have to understand, he's still to this day the majority owner of the stock in WWE. He has no decision. Yeah. He has no power anymore in terms of decision.
Yeah.
But he's making all the bank. He's still making all the bank. Like all the good that, because WWE's stock has only gone up ever since he left. But he's still reaping all, like that.
Reaping all the benefits.
Exactly, like the wedding singer thing. Remember, he's out of his mind, and I'm reaping all the benefits.
Reaping all the benefits.
John Lovitz. Anyway,
I love that movie. That was a good movie.
Yeah. Wait, let me put the Shining here.
I saw you. You were good enough. I was being dark.
No, it's okay. It's just so that people can see my. Well, not people. People don't see my ass. But anyway,
they're lucky. We're saving them.
Yes. Trips. We're giving you the audio version, but the video version, thank God you're not saying shut, because that will be material to get you into therapy, and therapy ain't cheap. So you're welcome.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're welcome. So yeah. So Vinnie Mac now, the investigation is over. I don't think there will be any legal repercussions because all these women accepted the money. So keep remaining their mouth shut. He's out. Definitely out. He can't with no possibility of returning back to his old function. So he's out of the loop in terms of business and creative. So the business side is still going to be handled by Nick Khan and Stephanie McMahon, the co-CEOs of the company. And the creative part is still going to be handled by Triple H. And judging by yesterday seeing Crown Jewel, which I saw part of it because I fell asleep in half of it because, God damn it, fucking 4 hours long. So, I'm not built like I used to be. Plus, this was at noon because you have to take in consideration where it was filmed in Saudi Arabia. So it was live in Saudi Arabia. Saw it on Peacock. Thank you for the hookup, by the way. Thank you for the hookup.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
The hookup as in thank you. That's all.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So thank you for that. So yeah. And a very interesting booking. And I enjoyed the pay-per-view, the parts that I saw. Because again, I slept not because the pay-per-view was bad. It was actually good. And a lot of people have said after the pay-per-view was done, premium live event. There's no such thing as pay-per-view anymore in WWE. It's premium live event now. So after a lot of people that saw the event have said that this has been the best Saudi Arabian pay-per-view that WWE has done since the beginning. This has been the best one because it's not, and it's not that there hasn't been convolutedly overbooked. There were some matches that, like, for example, the first match of the night was Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar, which I found weird because I was like, okay, so I guess Brock wanted to leave early. So and typically,
listen, I gotta go.
Typically, Brock Lesnar matches don't last more than 10 minutes. Typically, and Brock won, but he won in a very surprising fashion. He did. Because Bobby Lashley was beating the bejesus out of him. Bobby Lashley was beating the shit out of him in storyline.
No small dude.
No. And Bobby Lashley is a former MMA fighter, too. And he's built like a shit brick house. He's built.
I've seen those two.
Those two are.
Ring.
So both of them. So Lashley was beating the shit out of him. And he had him in his finish, which is the Hurt Lock. And the thing about the Hurt Lock is that you can't, it's a full Nelson, basically it's the full Nelson. So, Lesnar couldn't get out. He tried to get out once, but Lashley hooked it back again. So Lesnar did the old Bret Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin first match that they had in Survivor Series 1996, when Bret Hart came back after losing the title against Shawn Michaels. That was Bret Hart's first match back in WWE after almost like half a year. And his first match was with Austin. So Austin did the $1 Million Dream because he was still coming fresh after being, the what was the name that he had? The Ringmaster? Yeah, he was the Ringmaster.
Yeah, the Ringmaster.
He was the Ringmaster. So remember that Ted DiBiase gave him the $1 Million Dream finish before he started using the Stone Cold Stunner. So he was already using the Stunner by then because he was already Stone Cold Steve Austin when he was fighting Bret, but he was still the beta version of Stone Cold Steve Austin, the bad guy. So he hooked him up on the $1 Million Dream, and that's the hold nobody can escape. Nobody can escape from that hold. So Bret ran to the corner of the ring, used his legs as leverage, pushed back, and flipped over, and got the pin Austin because Austin didn't let go of the hold, and so Bret just turned backwards and landed on his knees while Austin was still holding him of the $1 Million Dream. So that way Austin got pinned. 1, 2, 3. Bret won. So Brock did a similar thing. He ran to the corner, pushed back, rolled back, and then Bobby got pinned. So Brock won by the skin of his teeth, but Bobby looked like $1 million. So that's an intelligent way of how to book things. Like, okay, yes, the other guy won, but you didn't make the other guy that lost look like a piece of shit. He looked like he won by the skin of his teeth. So now they're both tied because they had wrestled before in the Royal Rumble, but there was an interference, and Bobby won by interference. So this one Brock won, but by the skin of his teeth. So now there's going to be a rubber match, which is the one to untie the whole thing. So this story is going to continue. And I'm not going to go through the whole lineup because that pay-per-view, again, 4 hours long, too fucking long. I'm not going to go through it. But I will jump right ahead towards the main event, which was Logan Paul versus the head of the table, Roman Reigns. And surprisingly, Logan Paul did a fucking banging job in that match. He did an awesome job. And when I saw the match and saw how Roman was selling for him, I was like, man, they must have paid Roman in diamonds. They must have been paying him in diamonds because he sold his ass off for that fight. And no disrespect to Logan Paul, he did his ass. He wrestled his ass off to the point that he ended up getting injured for realsies in the match.
Yeah, he tore his
ACL, meniscus, and something else. He fucked up his knee, his right knee. He fucked up his right knee.
MCL, ACL.
And a meniscus, a torn meniscus.
Yeah, so tore all of it.
Yeah, he fucked up his knee, so he's gonna be out for a while. Still, great performance, and to think that this happened mid-match, and he hadn't even jumped off from the. That thing is already out on the interwebs. The video that he posted, his crew gave him his phone, and he filmed himself throwing himself out of the ring towards the announce table where Roman was. And he filmed that frog splash, which was fucking amazing. So again, people who I know that the internet people like to shit on Logan Paul and his brother. Look, you can't take away what they've done. You can't take away what they've done. If you don't,
but they both done some fucked up shit too.
Yeah, we're human beings, man. I try not to be judgmental. I'm not saying I don't judge people. I do, because if I say I don't, that would be bullshit. But
we all do.
We all do. We all judge people. But I try not to be judgmental to others because you know what? We are learning in real time. We are learning how to not fuck up because I don't think that people purposely want to fuck up, I don't think that. I think people are aiming towards to do the right thing or what they think it's the right thing. And sometimes they don't stop and think about the consequences of their actions. So, and these two kids, they're kids. They're in their 20s. They're still in their 20s. They're not 40-year-olds. And I'm sorry. In my estimation, a 20-something-year-old is still a goddamn fucking kid. Because you don't know a fucking thing. Oh, he got millions. Whatever. It doesn't matter what kind of money you have. You don't have the life experience to determine and to know what is the consequences of your actions. So he fucked up. Yeah, he fucked up royally, but we're human beings, man. We all deserve a chance to, redeem ourselves and not be that goddamn judgmental person and say, he's a piece of shit. Like people back in the day when they hated Justin Bieber. Look, believe me, I'm not a fan. I'm a metalhead through and through. I'm not a fucking fan of Justin Bieber. We can talk about another little pop star that unfortunately, checked out this weekend. We can talk about that later. But Justin Bieber, I mean, he's been trying to turn his life around now. And he's admitted now that some of the shit that he did back in the day was just him being a shithead. Him being a little asshole. And he will tell you now that he was an asshole. I'm not saying he's perfect now. I'm not saying he's
assholes.
But
there was a point in our life.
Like,
no. In our 20s.
Dude, imagine you becoming a pop sensation, world level pop sensation.
13, 14.
Before you were even legally able to drive. Like, what the fuck do you think a kid with that amount of power would do? Exactly what he did. Fuck around and find out. Fuck around and find out. That's what he's going. That's what he was gonna do.
Look a little Bow Wow. He was 12 years old and his first album dropped and hit big.
So like, that's putting a nuclear warhead in the hands of a baby. You don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. So these kids, there's little that the mom can do or the dad or the parents can do, because when you give them that amount of power and that amount of celebrity to these kids, what the fuck you think they're gonna do? They're gonna act a fool. They're gonna act a fool because they don't know any better. They don't have life experience. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They think that they just out there pleasing themselves. And I'm not justifying what they did, mind you. I'm not justifying. They done learned their fucking lessons. I hope to God they did. I hope to God, because then you a goddamn fucking idiot. Then you have the right to insult your ass. Because if you haven't learned from these experiences so far, then it is carte blanche to insult your fucking ass. Because you should have known by now that you fucked up. You should have known by now that you done fucked up in your life. So yeah, let's go there. We already mentioned it. Poor Aaron Carter. They found him in his Whitney Houston. They found him Whitney Houston style in his house.
Yeah. So supposedly, I didn't read much about it, but it's an investigation into what's going on. They said there was no foul play.
Yeah. Apparently, his heart just gave up while he was taking a bath.
I mean, he was on the mend. I mean, I know his brother Nick from Backstreet Boys was helping him out a lot.
Yeah.
Trying to get him back, on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that he was, well, everybody knows that he was struggling for years. But that lately he was, trying to get his life back on track,
Well, his brother was the same way. His brother hit rock bottom too.
Again, these guys are let loose. Well, they're still kids. They don't know every fucking thing. Like, I'm 44. I'm not the most well-rounded, experienced man on earth. I haven't gone through those type of vices because I have not seen that kind of money in my lifetime. I haven't been near that kind of money in my life. But there was a time where I was a stupid ass kid that I thought that I knew better, and I made choices that I lived to regret. But you know what? Those choices molded me in terms of learning what not to fucking do. What not to do.
Listen, at the end of the day, life doesn't come with a book.
Well, some would disagree, the good book.
Okay, yes, the Bible, but those are things you follow. But the way you take into consideration of that book.
Look, there's one quote in the Bible that I love, that it says, it is listed for you to do anything that you want, but not everything is convenient for you. That means like, yeah, you can. It's not that it's forbidding you to do things in life. It's just that the things that it's telling you not to do is because they have consequences. There are consequences for your actions in life. Every action has a reaction. That's not even religious. That is scientific. You know,
Oh yeah.
that
Of
is
course.
scientific. Like everything that you do has a consequence. So it's about you following a path, and it's not following the path of least resistance and whatnot. No. It's about not trying to fuck up your life. And when you play with fire, you're going to get burned. And these boys were playing with narcotics. We're playing with chemicals. We're playing with pussy. We're playing with a bunch of stuff that they had no business playing around
Money
with.
helps you play with.
No, they had
Money,
they had
money's
no
a big thing here.
Yeah, exactly. But they had no business dealing with that shit at that age because you don't have the maturity, the comprehension to deal with the shit you're dealing with. They just, snorting all that kind of shit, smoking all that kind of shit, drinking all that kind of shit, and fucking all that kind of shit, And maybe they think now that, well, that's not big of a consequences. I mean, there's nothing wrong with enjoying yourself, what's or not. But when you read all it's like a laundry list of people that have died ODing on shit that you shouldn't be fucking around with. Like, it's not that you don't get to give a high or enjoy your life. It's just that there is a limitation up to how high you can go because we're not made for that kind of shit. You learn from your mistakes. Thank God some of them have survived, but unfortunately, in the case of Aaron, I mean, we don't know yet if, foul play was involved. We don't know so far.
I mean, but okay, great. He was on the mend.
Yeah, let's hope that. Let's hope it was like an Eddie Guerrero thing. Let's hope it was like exactly.
Your body hit. Your body suffered.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Let's hope it's an Eddie Guerrero kind of thing. That Eddie, he'd been years clean. That he wasn't fucking around with no narcotics or anything. It's just that when they did the autopsy on Eddie Guerrero, they noticed that his veins were like this thin, like blood was going like this, barely going in. So he was just brushing his teeth that one Sunday morning, and he just bloop, lights out. The doctor said that he didn't even feel it. It was just like lights out.
Wow.
That was the way he went. Lights out. Because he done pushed the level in his body of taking all that crap, and that although he was clean for like, I don't know, like 3 years, he was clean living, no narcotics whatsoever in his system. I mean, they did a thorough check on his body for the autopsy. Nothing. There was no chemical shit. Nothing. It was all clean. It was just that the consequences of that hard life came to collect. And that's the problem with that shit. Those kids, I mean, let's hope to God that, yeah, he was clean, but his body paid the price. Let's hope to God that, I mean, it's done, unfortunately. Very unfortunately. Because what was he, 33?
I think they said he was 34.
Oh my God, that's too fucking young, man.
Maybe.
That's too fucking young. And he left kids without his daddy. That's that's so fucked up.
Yeah, he was 34.
34, man. That's fucked up, man. That is fucked up. And like, you don't wish that nobody, man. Like, you got to be an asshole to wish that shit.
Nah, you wishing death on someone is at that time. I mean, that's terrible. But
yeah. I mean, you might say like in a moment of anger and whatnot, but actually mean it.
Yeah, it's not. It's not cool.
So yeah, well, rest in peace, Aaron, man. Fuck, it's fucking sad. It's very fucking sad.
It is. He died at the age of 34 at his home in Lancaster, California. TMZ was first to report that Los Angeles County Sheriff Department told him that Carter was found dead in his bathtub and that his body was discovered and reported to police by a house sitter. The representative for Carter's team said the cause of death is still being determined.
Damn. Yeah, well.
And his brother Nick was pretty bad himself, and he thanks his wife for his latest wife for helping him get back to the straight and narrow, because he said he was in a dark place. So, and Carter reacts to his brother's death, the younger brother Aaron. My heart has been broken. I mean,
anyways, that's kind of fucked up.
It is fucked up. I hope if he was suffering, he's at peace now. Yeah. We don't know the inner demons that he had even after the drugs, the therapies that he was going to. But if he had any issues and if he was suffering, now he's at peace. Prayers with his family. Hopefully, death is not something good to deal with.
No, it's not.
So, hopefully, they find out, and like you said, hopefully it's like Eddie Guerrero, that his body just,
that couldn't take it anymore. Just
couldn't take it anymore, and that was it.
Yeah, because unfortunately, this is not us bad mouthing him with lifestyle, but it's a matter of fact that his body, he cashed some checks his body couldn't pay. So unfortunately, the body decided, I check out. Because your body, man, it has limitations. What can I tell you? Me now in my 40s, I can tell you, this goddamn bastard has some limitations. This traitor.
I'm 34, and I feel it now. Everything I did when I was in my teens.
Like, my back is continually reminding me, you an old ass man. You an old ass man.
The body tells you. It's like,
you's an old ass man. Oh, Jesus.
That's how I still don't see how Brady's what, 45?
Yeah, and LeBron is 38, 39-ish.
LeBron's 38, 39, almost hitting 40. And he's saying he wants to wait until his son comes into the NBA to play one season with him. And
what
then
the
leave.
Fuck? Dude.
I don't know.
Dude, like, I don't think, because, well, in the position of Tom Brady, he's more protected. He's a more protected kind of guy.
Well, he's a dude that always protected his body. Even though he was about to get sacked, he threw himself to the ground because he knows that someone can't tackle him on the ground. All they can do is tap him. So he can just be down for the play.
But in terms of taxing on the body, I don't think there's a sport that fucks you up more than basketball.
Well, your knees in basketball, but just your spine.
Dude, Larry Bird retired in his early to mid 30s, early to mid 30s. He retired, and when you looked at his face when he retired, I think he was like 36 or 37 when he retired. That motherfucker looked haggard. He looked like he was 56. Dude looked like he was 56.
Depends on what position you play in football. Now, Barry Sanders.
That's what I mean. Like, if you're getting tackled 24/7, if you're getting sacked or tackled all the time, guess what? You're going to have a 4-year career maximum. You're going to have
Sanders early 30s, maybe late 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Dude was one of the best running backs that the NFL's seen. I mean, don't get me wrong, you still had your Walt Payton, and you had your great running backs, but this dude was something like, oh shit, this is one of the lifetime things we're gonna see. And he just said, I'm done.
Wait a minute, you talking about Deion?
No, Barry Sanders.
Oh, Barry.
Back
Oh, yeah.
Barry. Detroit Tiger.
Yeah.
Detroit Lions.
Detroit Lions, yes. Yeah.
And he just, and that's it. He was done.
Those are the fucks that I don't understand. The one that play two sports. Like,
Barry,
well,
Barry Sanders didn't play two sports.
no,
Deion
but
Sanders
Dion,
played two
Dion,
sports.
and
And Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson. Like, okay, so you're playing a sport that fucks your body up like a motherfucker. And okay, yes, baseball, not that much. I understand. Baseball, you pretty much standing there for like 10, 15 minutes in between innings. You're just practically standing there until it comes time for you to do something. Or if the ball hits by hook or crook, the ball goes by your way, then you have to move. But basically, you're like standing there for 15 minutes. 10, 15 minutes.
But the preparation that these players do for baseball or any sport, it takes a toll on you.
Yes, you have to stretch. If you don't stretch before a fucking game, you're going to get fucked up.
But like you're warming up your arm. Now you think about, and my wife does this all the time. She goes, yeah, he's throwing 100 pitches. But what about the pitches he threw to warm up for that inning and then threw before the game?
And you're throwing in an unnatural way on your shoulder. That's why most pitchers get their shoulders fucked up. Get the Tommy Young surgery.
You need to build muscle in your arm to be a pitcher, and some of these slinky pitchers that throw like 100 miles per hour, they don't last long.
You know why Pedro lasted that long? Because he was smart. He cut the sleeves of his jerseys. He cut them all. If you notice, all his jerseys, they were cut from the bottom. You know that they're always sewed in from the bottom side. Mm-hmm. He cut them. So that way the clothes wouldn't have resistance pulling his arm back. And that's why the motherfucker lasted so long.
And he was just smart. He threw hard, but he didn't overthrow.
Dude, he smoked people. There was a period like 3 or 4 years that nobody could hit him. Nobody.
Young Pedro was a beast. And
like what was the year he went to Boston? It was like 97?
I think it was
98?
98 or something like that.
Yeah.
He almost became a Yankee.
Yeah,
to tell you the truth. He almost became a Yankee.
But he still has that love-hate with the Yankees to this day.
But it wasn't because he hated them. He just, the trade didn't happen.
Mm-hmm. And you know that Manny Ramirez always wanted to play with the Yankees, but that would have been an issue for his locks.
Yeah, but he didn't have locks back then. He had curls.
No. Yeah.
Younger Manny had like curly hair.
Yeah. So
he joined Boston in 1998. He was there until 2004.
Yeah, because he won
the World Series with them, and then he signed with the Mets. I don't know why he would sign with the Mets, but
yeah, because I think that after the Yankees, the team that Boston hates the most is the Mets. After the Yankees, because of that '86 series. That one slipped their fingers, literally.
So here's the thing. So Pedro Martinez in a Yankee uniform ? As surreal as the thought is, the possibility of Martinez pitching for the Boston Red Sox, for the Red Sox biggest rival, might have come true in an alternate timeline. The Hall of Fame pitcher confirmed as much on Tuesday during a Ask Me Anything session with Bleacher Report, meaning that he asked to be traded to the Pinstripes on several occasions during the early days of his career with the Dodgers and Expos. In response to readers' question asking him if Martinez ever thought about playing for the Yankees, he responded, yes, all the time. I asked to be traded to the Yankees 3 times before I got to Boston. I was always in trade talks for I was always in trade talks for the 3 straight years I was in years. I was the last one left on the rotation, and then I was asked where I wanted to be. In that exact moment, the Yankees were taking off. I wanted to be somewhere I could win. If this is New York, where the most Dominicans are, Martinez continued, as I wanted to play for a team like that. They always were in the front line of winning. They were contending teams. I asked to be traded to Cleveland, the Orioles, and then San Francisco in the national team because Atlanta didn't need me. So yeah. So he wanted to become a Yankees. It's just the Expos didn't want to do it. But but it
Well,
would have cost him some names probably,
yeah.
including Mariano Rivera at the time because he was the at 96, 97. I mean, they almost traded Mariano and Derek Jeter for a couple of times,
Hmm.
so it
But,
wasn't something
well, it didn't
wasn't
happen.
thought of. But
It didn't happen.
anyway,
So let's not
but
waste tears on something that didn't happen.
I would, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't have wanted him, even when he was playing back then, even when he wasn't a Red Sox fan. I mean, a Red Sox player.
Mm-hmm.
He was good,
Beyond good.
but I didn't want him.
Beyond good. Like, dude, again, like for a 4-year period,
Oh, he was untouchable.
the league was like a AAA league for him. Like they did not have an answer for him. Nobody did. Nobody
What's
did.
weird to me is why they traded him, why they didn't sign him after winning the World Series in 2004, because that team still had David Ortiz and Manny Ramirez.
Because it was
That
Boston.
team could have done some at least won another 1 or 2 World Series.
Because it was
they
Boston.
had the team.
Dude, you know that Boston has that history of fucking up their teams. They like just when they
sold fucking Babe Ruth to the Yankees for nothing.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Their history
It was like peanuts.
Their history is fucking up the team just when it gets good. Just when things get good, I was like, okay, let's fuck it up now. Let's fuck everything up.
Just imagine, before 2004, when they beat the Yankees in 3 straight to make it to the World Series, let's not bring that up again.
Mm.
They haven't won since 1918. And that's when they traded away Babe Ruth to the Yankees.
You don't hear them complaining no more.
Oh, no, they won 2 in like the last 10 years or something.
You don't hear them complaining no more.
But it was just, I don't know.
Anyway, so yeah, those are sports.
Oh, my movie thing.
Okay.
That I was telling you about before. So the singer Adele told Jennifer Lawrence.
What was
Hunger
the movie,
Games,
by the way? Hunger Games.
Hunger Games, Jennifer Lawrence. She also did that movie with Bradley Cooper, The Silver Lining.
Silver Linings Playbook.
Yeah, and that other movie that she got naked, and then X-Men. She was that.
Mystique.
I forgot her name.
Mystique.
So Adele told Jennifer Lawrence not to do the movie The Passengers.
What was that? That was the one she did with.
That was the one with
I
forgot his name now. I'm looking right at him. Chris Pratt.
Yep. They had some snoo in that movie, right?
Yeah.
They had some snoo. And that was the movie that fucked up his marriage.
Was it?
Yep. It was after that movie that they fucked up the marriage they had with his first wife, Anna Faris, because she was there when they were filming the snoo.
It's Hollywood, bro.
Yeah, I know, but
you expect to
I don't know. Look, I don't know because she never explained it because she was the one who asked for the divorce. It wasn't him. She asked for the divorce. And she never gave like a straight answer as to why. She only like let hints about that it was like I guess he was prioritizing his career over the marriage and whatnot. It was kind of like going there, but she didn't say it outright. She didn't say it straight up. It was like, nah, but we were drifting apart because you have to understand, he was just a goofball before. He was in Parks and Rec.
Well,
he was
Parks and Rec.
He was a goofball. He was a goofball, and he was a little tubby. He was a bit tubby. Then Guardians of the Galaxy came out. Dude came out with a 6-pack out of shredded like a motherfucker. And then he becomes this action star out of the blue. And then now to this day, still he's still on demand. Still to this day, he's still on demand. He still, has a lot of films coming out. He's gonna be the voice of Mario in the Super Mario Brothers movie.
But it reminds me of just like that guy that was in The Office. What's his name?
Steve Carell.
Ryan. Who?
Oh, the guy that's playing now.
Jack. He does the
Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan. What was his name? Ryan.
Oh my God! No, don't make me say that last name. I don't know that last name, dude. He did The Quiet Place. The Quiet Place.
Yeah.
He filmed The Quiet Place with his wife.
But him and his wife, they produced it and brought it out through their company.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just.
I think it's Krasinski. I think it's Krasinski. His last name.
Yeah.
Krasinski.
But the new Jack Ryan's coming out this December
for Amazon.
See the other ones?
No, I haven't seen them.
They're pretty good.
They have rebooted Jack Ryan so many goddamn times. I done lost track.
But, he plays a good one. I've seen a couple of the movies. Look, he's played a good one.
List of actors that has played that character. They first started with Alec Baldwin in The Hunt for Red October. Then the guy who played in the most, The Hunt for Red October, that was the first Jack Ryan movie. That was the first time he ever showed up on film. Jack Ryan. Okay. So it was Alec Baldwin, the first Jack Ryan. Then they did like 3 movies with Harrison Ford being Jack Ryan. Then Ben Affleck took on the role. Then it was this dude from the Star Trek, Chris Pine.
Yes, I watched that one.
Then it was Chris Pine, and now it's this dude Krasinski.
Yeah, but the shows are good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the movies. Like I said, I only watched the one with Chris Pine, and I liked that one. But the shows were good.
But the Chris Pine was a movie, and it was called Jack Ryan too.
It was like Shadow or something.
Yeah.
So going back to this Adele thing. So
Passengers, yeah.
So
all I know about that movie is about that they fucked, and that movie. That's all I hear.
Well, what was funny what Adele said? She goes, quote below says, Passenger, I guess Adele told me not to do it. She was like, I feel like space movies are the new vampire movies. I should have listened to her. So that was a time that probably all the space movies were coming out. Probably the one that George Clooney and what's her name did.
Sandra
Julia
Bullock.
Roberts did.
No, Sandra
Bullock.
Sandra Bullock.
So she wondered, and she so she should have listened to her.
You know that when they were doing a press junket, press promotion for that movie, Passengers, both Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt, and they were playing a game like insulting each other. And she said, before we did our sex scene, I drank a whole bottle of Pepto-Bismol. But no, he came back with a reply that she even just shook his hand and said, yeah, you won. You know what he replied? Said, when we were filming our sex scene, I can feel your dick rubbing mine.
Oh, man. Oh, poor soul.
And she was like, you win. She just like, you win. That's it. I can't beat that. And that's the type of humor I like. That's the fucked up.
It's funny. It's funny.
It's fucked up.
It is fucked up. It is fucked up.
It's fucked up. You're calling one of the most beautiful women on earth a hermaphrodite. He practically called her a hermaphrodite.
New Godzilla movie coming next year.
No, God rebuke Satan. God rebuke Satan. I'm fucking done with Godzilla movies, for God's sake.
I never watched any of them.
Exactly. I'm like, what is this fucking obsession with fucking Godzilla movies? I don't fucking get it. Like, okay, you did a few. That's it. Like, call it a day, motherfucker. That's it.
They did too many fews.
You've done a few, and that's it. Call it a motherfucking day. That's all. Call it a motherfucking day. That's it. You had your time in the sun. Give it back to Japan. Let them handle their low-budget Godzilla movies.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah, that to me,
Like, I'm
they're bringing a
sorry.
lot of these old shows back. I mean, like these old movies to remake them and shit. And I'm just like, I'm sitting here, I'm like, they really don't have nothing else to do. Like Beverly Hills Cops 4. Like they're just trying to catch lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're trying to find out shit. Like going back to the well. They're just trying to go back to the well because there is no original thought anymore. There are no original ideas. And all the cool shit was done back in the 90s when people were not that easily offended. And now you want to repackage the shit that was done in the past, but doing it with a modern twist, which please don't recreate stuff from the past. Like every time I see they try to recreate stuff from the past, it just ends up biting them in the ass. Like like 9 times out of 10, there could be an exception to a rule here and there, but the exception is not the rule. You know, the rule is that if you make a remake, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck because you're trying to recapture something that don't exist anymore. We don't live in that world anymore. So just create something fucking new. Like they're gonna do a Lethal Weapon 5.
Well, they're already doing Scream.
Yeah, without Nev Campbell. In
He's not doing it.
No, she's out. She's out. She said, "No, I'm not gonna fucking do this no more." She's almost.
They have her in the picture.
She said no. I mean, unless the studio came with a truckload of money and just dumped it on her front yard, and I was like, "Can we talk about this shit? Can we talk about it? Is there a possibility? Would you be willing to listen?" And she'd be like, "I don't know. I don't know.
They're
maybe."
coming out with another Matilda.
Oh, God's sake. That's what I'm saying. There's no original thought. Like, create something fucking new. All I know, like, for example, Henry Cavill's coming back as Superman now. It's practically official. Well, it is official. It's been official since, The Rock leaked.
Spoiler alert.
The Rock leaked the after credit scene of Black Adam. Which unfortunately,
I'm sorry. So Scream 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're not.
And
I guess she's not there.
No, it's the new girl that was in this last movie. I guess I haven't seen it. Honest to God, I haven't seen it.
I haven't. I didn't. I think I seen the first one and stopped. I did
No,
see.
I saw until 3, and that's it. After 3, I was done.
I did see Scary Movie. Number 2, to me, it's still the best one. When the Wayne brothers.
Yeah, but after they left, that turned into dog shit.
Yeah, it turned to shit.
It turned into dog shit after they left. So I wouldn't know what to tell you.
I know it's not remakes. I think it's another storyline. Like Creed 3 is coming out.
Yeah, no Rocky this time.
John Wick.
No, but but that story it was inconclusive. Yeah, that makes sense that we need to keep telling that story.
Talking about a dude that took a fucking beating.
He's like he's get his ass kicked on almost all these movies, but then he kicks it back though.
But this time, he flew over. He hit every single staircase down. And what was it, Jack?
No.
Was it
Did he fucking
Samuel L. Jackson?
They done throw him off a fucking building. They threw him off a building. They shot him off a fucking building, and he still lived to talk about it. That's some bullshit. I'm sorry. No. Hey, man. I love the character. God bless Keanu. I hope he keeps doing this shit forever. But you throw a motherfucker off a building, that's a wrap. I'm sorry. In any other universe, in any other planet, on any other logic, logic says thrown off a building, bye-bye, gone. See ya. No more. But no, he's still alive? That's some bullshit. But what kind of fucking padding is in that fucking suit?
Matrix guy.
Bullshit. That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit.
Samuel L. Jackson picked him up, right?
No, it was Lawrence Fishburne. Oh my God, you just committed the crime. You just done committed the crime.
When was John Wick 3 out?
It's been out for
a long time, and I first watched it when it first came out in theaters.
It's been a while since John Wick 3.
So give me a little break.
But that thing about, I mean, even Samuel Jackson, he was pissed because they would always come, oh, you look like, are you Lawrence Fishburne? And I'm like, motherfucker, my name is Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay, well, I don't know him. He's not listening to this. He won't kill me. Okay.
Well, anyway, that's the cardinal sin, though.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, you better.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Plus, I think Lawrence Fishburne is younger than Samuel Jackson.
All I know is his daughter.
Oh, Lawrence Fishburne?
She's done.
Lawrence Fishburne's daughter?
Oh, bro, look him up. Look her up.
Okay, I guess.
All I know of.
No, I'm gonna have to look for her. Okay, Lawrence Fishburne daughter. Okay, what's the images? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, God bless. God bless. That's all I can say about that. That's all I'm gonna say about that. God bless. God bless.
So, yeah, excuse me a little bit. You know?
Yeah, God bless. God bless. That's all I can say about that. God bless. Anyway, I think we can call it a day. And I guess...
yes, our special guest is not coming.
Yeah. I mean, family, work.
Or cockfighting.
Pick your poison.
He did say
all of the above.
Home, so he might have, got into a little fight.
All of the above, none of the above.
Choose an answer.
Just pick whatever.
Just pick them.
Just pick whatever.
Just pick one.
So again, reminding everyone where you can find all our goodies. You can go to our website, huskybarboopod.com.
There's a sale, 35% off.
Oh no, that's on the TeePublic store. That's on the
TeePublic store.
Yeah. Remember, the link for the TeePublic store is always in the description of the podcast. So you're listening to this, there's always a description of the podcast. The link will be there. And you can just click the link, access to it, and you will go automatically to the store and buy all the goodies. The fans of Las Águilas Ibaeñas be hitting that now. Be buying T-shirts from the Águilas, and God bless you all. Águilas, don't sue me. Do not sue me. WWE fucked up my game a few years ago because I did a John Cena T-shirt.
Yeah.
Woo! They were on me like white on rice. They were on me like white on rice. Anyways, so go on the TeePublic store. Follow us on social medias. At Husky Barbu Pod on Instagram and Twitter. Our personal personal accounts. That Ariel Duran at Instagram and Twitter, and John
94-426 on Instagram.
Okay. Yeah, I still question why I created Twitter accounts because, I mean, even lately with the purchase of Twitter by Elon.
Run now.
Whew, it's like, if you thought it was a cesspool before, if you thought shit was fucked up before, I just scroll down. I just go there, look at the comments of people or the things that people are tweeting. Like, I remember when Twitter was just people say, went to the supermarket today. There was a special. It was a nice day. Those were the tweets back in the day. Mm-hmm. Very innocent shit. Now all of a sudden it's like calling people names, doxing people, calling people out.
This is why we can't have anything nice. People get up.
Yeah. Just don't be a dick to other people and respect other people's opinion. You don't like it? You don't have to fucking like it. We're not all supposed to be goddamn robots being the same shit and doing this exact same thing. It's called being a fucking individual. Be one. Be yourself. And if people don't like it, say the line.
Fuck them.
There you go. People don't like the way you talk?
Fuck them.
People don't like how the way you be?
Fuck them.
There you go. So yeah, this has been the Husky Bible podcast number 94 now. So also we talked about last week about probably doing a little, giveaway. That's still up in the air. That's still being discussed. So keep staying tuned, and who knows, you might win something. Who knows? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
know.
Do you know? No, I don't know. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So anyways, this has been the Husky Bible podcast. Peace out, everybody. Have a good week.
Have a good week.
Take care.